everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it is decorating day, but before I get to that, I just want to share really quickly with you this note paper. This is from the Ask Questions, or it's the questions range that's brand new at Kikki.k. I'm not a big fan of this collection overall. I went and had a look at a bunch of the stuff the other week, and it didn't really jump out at me. This was the only thing that really jumped at me, and I'm still not sold on it. It was $19.95. I got it with they sent out an email that you could get one notepad to the value of $19.95 for free with any purchase. So I had to go in and buy another Paper Lovers book anyway, so I grabbed this. This was my freebie. I'm not so happy that I got this particular notepad. I think I probably should have got another one, but it was the only one there that I didn't already have, and I thought, well, I'd rather have something that I've already got, something new, rather than something I've already got. So that was what my thinking was there. But I'll just show you the pages through this one, a quick walkthrough. So they're very minimalist indeed. Mainly greys, but they do have a couple of these really beautiful gilded gold, which is why I think these sheets are actually, this pad is more expensive. Usually the B5s are only $14.95, but this one was $19.95. I'm just flicking through these reasonably quickly. So as I said, they are very minimalist. Some of them have, Life is for Questions, that's what the range is called, I knew. So same as always, 20 pages, but it's just, if you compare this to the Van Scap one, because I just happen to have that handy, it's the same size, it's exactly the same. It's just, I think you get more variety in this, and I know this is a minimalist kind of collection, so I know what they're trying to do. I'm just not down with it so much. However, that said, I am going to use this as my inspiration for this week's decoration, so we're going to get right along into it. So we'll just flick to the right week. And I'm going to have to write out my footy ones again, because those hearts just aren't going to cut it here. So I'll just move that over to the side. So what I'm going to do is go down the side, not as per usual, but as I tend to do a lot. A couple of months ago, and I'll link the video that I did it down below, but I think it was when I was playing with the Life is Sweet range, and what I did was I ran paper down the side and then ran some of this beautiful Kikki.k glitter tape along the outside, and it wasn't this colour, it was the copper one, but to kind of give it a bit more of a fancy schmancy edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hues from the Life's Questions range and go with that sort of same thing again, but do it in a bit of a funny different kind of way. So the way I'm going to start this is really skinny washi tape from Ikea, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it in half again, because it is too thick for what I want to do. So I'm just going to it's going to actually get stuck here, so bear with me. So I'm going to stick this down as close to the middle as I can, and I'm using my guidelines on here to make sure I'm reasonably straight, and then just cutting straight down there. And because I've cut that hole in the middle, not on the outer bit, it should stay the same. As in, it should stay together. And then I'm just going to stick that on my desk. So you guys probably can't see this. So I'm just sticking it on my desk and uncurling it, because when I've unrolled it, it's of course all curled up. This washi tape though from Ikea is really awesome in the way that it doesn't, it's not a permanent stick to itself. It will stick to itself, but it tends to be a bit more forgiving in that it will let you unroll it. So I'm just being a bit gentle with that. So that's at the bottom there where I've actually left a little bit. Does that make sense? Probably not. So anyway, basically what I've done here is cut it in half, so it's really, really skinny. And then I'm running it right down the outside, right down the other side of the page. You guys know what I mean. And then just sticking it down. So once I've laid that really skinny side down, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, and I've pre-cut this so it's a little bit easier, just some of that gold glitter tape, and I've cut it into thirds. And when I was doing it, I just noticed that the actual tape, even though I was cutting straight, the tape actually was slightly not straight. So I'm just kind of trying to fix that a little now. I did do a practice one of this earlier and I noticed it wasn't straight. So that's still not straight, but I don't care. I think that'll be fine. And so that one's going to run right up against that one. So doing the fun thing I do, and you guys will know if you've been watching me for a while, the struggle of this particular tape. However, I have found that if you use a Stanley knife or a cutting crafty knife of any kind, problem solved. I learned things. I'm proud. I'm just going to run this right up against that black tape, as close as you can. It doesn't matter if you go over it. And there we go. And then with this other piece, I'm going to use it to put down this side. So obviously the more even you can make your cut when you actually cut the black washi tape, the more the better it'll look when you do this bit. So once you've done that, just lift it up off your desk, because I've obviously stuck mine down. And I'll trim this off so you guys can see what we look like. And there you have it. That's what it looks like. Now it's not, as you know, I'm never perfect, so I'm not panicking about that. It almost looks a little, no, it's not straight, but it's not going to bother me. I think that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the other side in the exact same way, and I'll be back in just a sec. There we go. I think the side that I did second looks better, like the one on the right. I think that looks slightly better than the one on the left. But overall, I think they both look pretty cool. So, yay. Sorry, I've got glitter. I've got tape all over my hands. I'm trying to put it in the bin. And it won't come off. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and really quickly punch the hole so you guys can see what the whole thing kind of looks like. So that's all exactly how it should be. I really like that, the gold down the middle part. I think that looks really super cool. I'm trying to get them all off my fingers. So the next thing I'm going to do is just really quickly rub out all my little notes. So the next thing I'm going to do is I just need to write these out on a different colour paper. Now usually I just grab any particular week, it doesn't really matter. But because of course this week's going to be a bit more monochromatic, I kind of need to put this on a different sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back in just a second. So as I said, I've just moved those over to a different sheet, and then just to kind of, I just want to hide that. So I'm just grabbing this little sticker out of the Aldi sticker book. It's just a white sticker with a gold heart, which fits nicely into this little sort of motif we're doing here. And there we go. So I'm not going to do an envelope. Oh, am I going to do an envelope this week? I don't think I want to. I think I just want to not stick that down. Actually, I might just stick it down. The only problem with that is then I can't put the needle somewhere. Needle kind of has to go somewhere else. No, I will do an envelope. I just won't do a full-blown envelope. So what I'm going to do for the little envelope, and I won't do a normal envelope like I normally do, but I will get an envelope. Just going into this is the Cute Paper Lovers book. I don't think it's the new one, but it is certainly new-ish. Oh, this is hard. We'll use that one because I don't like the orange on the other side. So I'm just grabbing this piece of patterned paper. Kind of fold it if I can, so that it tears out a bit easier. This is completely off the top of my head, so if I mess it all up, you know why. It is going to look a little bit like the other one, but not quite, so it's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and make this up. Done there is I've just measured out, well not measured, but estimated and drawn a reasonably straight line, and then just scored down the side to be able to fold those up, and I've just made them as thick as it needed to fit that piece of paper in it, and then just folded up the other side. Now you can, if you really wanted to save some of this paper, because I've still got plenty, I'm not worried, if you really wanted to save some, you could cut this and just have it and just stick that actually straight onto your page. Because I don't mind so much, I'm actually going to keep it that way. So all I'm going to do is just grab some glue tape and just glue up the sides here. So then when I fold this over, it should be exactly how I want it. Got a little bit of that orange poking up at the top, but I can fix that. Considering I just did that off the cuff, I'm actually really proud of that. That looks actually kind of cool. Well done, me. Just occasionally I surprise myself. Now, only because I know already what the code is. If you don't know what your code is, don't stick over the top of it. But I'm just going to stick this straight on the top there, or straight over the top there, with my glue tape. That is where this is going to live. So that's that one done. Now all I've got to do is the needle side of it. So because I can't use gold paper, because I don't have any, I'm just going to find another piece in here. I'd really like not to use white. You know what I'm going to do? You know how I always say that I don't like using some of these because I don't want to waste them? I'm probably never going to use this particular pad. It's kind of annoying me. So I'm actually going to cut these out. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to speed through this whole process. But I'm going to cut these lines out. I'm actually going to redo this to a certain extent, but just on a smaller scale. So you'll get the picture in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be back as soon as I'm finished. my little thing when it's finished. I was just saying it's an awful lot of work for just that. So please don't for one second think you need to do this too. Just wanted to see what I could do with it, basically. What I am going to do though is I'm going to grab a gold pen. This is a really, really old one, so I'm just going to see if it works first. I'm just going to join those up. Just, I think it looks weird. And you can tell, like you can look at this and you can seriously tell that these aren't on the sheet, but I just think it looks a bit better that way. So I'm going to go ahead and write the needful stuff on here, and then I'll stick it down. Dry for a second, because this particular pen seems to rub a little bit, spill a little bit. I'm just going to put some of these in the bin. Now those, the P, the L, the A and the N, I'm not going to keep them just because I just don't think I'll ever use them. I was sort of thinking maybe I could use them to put in EAFL, but I don't have an F or a PL or an E. Had to think about that for a sec. And I could have just written that in, but I just decided against it. Maybe it's probably a little bit overkill. So I'm just going to stick that down. For what this is, that so wasn't worth it. But like I've said to you guys before, sometimes I feel like I do the same things all the time. So I need to push myself a little bit so you guys can see different ways of using things. And as I said at the start, this isn't my favourite collection. I'm not a big fan. But if I can find ways to make it work for me, then perhaps you guys can find ways to make it work for you, and then everybody's happy. Oh, that looked like it wasn't supposed to be there. So that is what we're at now. Now comes, when I say the fun part, now comes the part where I've actually got to work out what the heck I'm going to put all over the rest of it. So let's go ahead and put all the stickers that must be put down, so my netball stickers and my CD stickers. I actually don't need my CD sticker, I've just realised I've got the weekend off, woohoo! But I do need to put in the AFL stuff, so I will go ahead and do that. Teams like Sydney and Collingwood because they've got white in their names and I can't use stuff, so then from there we're going to go back into this Paper Lovers book and back into that beautiful teal and black section at the back. And I'm basically grabbing some black sort of stickers, and a black tag. So I'm going to put those ones over there. And I'm going to put this tag. Probably should put the tag there. I wonder if I can rescue the sticker. Hold on. Can. Huh. I didn't push down too hard, so woohoo. So I'm going to put the tag there. But I just want to put a little bit of gold with this tag. I don't think it looks quite like it fits in because there's nothing gold on it. So I'm going to just clean off the little knobbies like I do. Then I'm just going to grab just some of this glitter tape. And I'm just going to put, it's just going to be a strip on the bottom, basically, nothing more. Nothing complicated at all. Don't like wasting this. I know I've got like 8 rolls of the stuff, but I still don't like wasting it. So you can see how different that thickness is. So like that, this is a third of this. So we'll stick that down permanently. Where did I put my, there it is. I'm blind sometimes. I'm wearing glasses and I still couldn't have seen that. Jeez, worry. So I'm gonna put this sticker. I always put stuff up there. I don't want to. I'm gonna put it right there, so it sort of sits in behind that one. So I'm just looking at it going, okay, what else is missing? Something else is missing. I need something else. Probably just that I haven't got a lot on this week yet. I don't know if my job that I've been doing this week is going to continue yet, so fingers crossed. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. The black and the gold statement kind of bits kind of speak for themselves a little bit, so I don't want to go too overboard with them. So I think I'm going to leave it just like that, I think. Let me know what you guys think of this black and gold kind of thing. If you do like these videos, guys, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate every single person that subscribes, so thank you very, very much. And if you'd like to be part of my little plum family, well then go ahead and subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And you can follow me now on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll put all those links down below for you. I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I will see you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.